Sharon. All right, I'm out here in Panama City with Sharon, who's not actually homeless, but she did tell me that she lived under the Hathaway Bridge for about 6 months, right? And looks like she's gotten back on her feet, which is amazing. Tell me about it. How did you end up in that position, and what did you do to get back out of it?
It was about a year before, the summer before that, I went with a girl down south to Bradenton, Florida, and I stayed down there, and her boyfriend got to where he didn't want me in the house, and I couldn't keep up paying the bill, and so they kicked me out there homeless. I ended up there homeless, and I ended up in a shelter for a little while, and I left the shelter, and then I went and stayed wherever I could down there. And then I come back to Panama City. The police gave me a bus to get back here, and I didn't have nowhere to go, didn't have no money, and I stayed downtown first in a tent, a friend of mine, and we stayed there about 5 months, I think it was 5 or 6 months, and then me and him went to the Hathaway Bridge, and we stayed underneath there it's about 6 months, and nobody bothered us. We kept the place clean. We picked up the trash and all that, and so they were okay with it, you know.
Yes,
so we met a lot of interesting people and stuff, and then I left there and I went and stayed with the guy over up the next street over, and after about a month I landed in the hospital. While I was in the hospital, he packed my stuff up and threw me out. So
wow.
Then I landed in a tent again in some woods over there behind Blue Smoke, and I stayed over there for several months, and then I said, well, I can't continue this, and it was starting to get spring, and I said, well, I got a job at Angelo State Pit, and after about a month I got on my feet, and I rented a room from a guy over off on the West 19th Street for about 6 months, and he told me his girlfriend moved in, and she told me she wanted me to move. She wanted all men up in the house, so I found me a place over here, and I was still working at Angelo's, and when I moved over here, she threw all my stuff out in the trash.
Really?
Yeah, she just emptied my room out. I called the police. They said she couldn't do that. She said she'd put it back. She didn't put it back. I mean, I had hundreds of dollars worth of stuff on all my clothes. All I had was clothes on my back and my working clothes. That's all I had. And so I started staying over here where I rented, and then Angelo's ended, and I don't have a job right now, but I got an agency to help pay my rent for a couple months, so I don't end up homeless. So it was just my frame of mind. My family didn't know how I was living. I didn't tell my mom, my sons, or anything, and I don't know if it was a shame or what. I just didn't want them to know.
Yeah.
I kind of guessed it, but they never really asked or talked about it. So I just had it in my mind that I had to get out of that clique that I was in. So when I left my tent over there in the woods and rented that room, I never went back. So somebody got the tent, I guess. Somebody got the stuff I left, because what I left wasn't really worth anything. I'm sure somebody got it, but I hope they're using it, you know, because I know how it is. And
yeah.
so I just had it in my mind to not go back in the streets. And, you know, I talked to my landlord now, and I said, I really don't want to go back in the streets. Please don't do that. I said, I've been there and done that before. I said, work with this agency. He said, sure. So my rent is going to be paid up to the end of the year, and I'm hoping it might work. Right now, I'm kind of like in a down spot.
Okay.
Because I ain't got no money, I ain't got nothing. But I'm gonna make it. God's gonna make sure. I go to my church on Monday nights and celebrate recovery. And
I love that. I love your positive mindset. And where do you go to church?
I go downtown to the Methodist Church across from Bay Medical.
Okay.
On Saturday mornings, they feed the homeless. That's where you can go and talk to the homeless. And Saturday morning, they do a pancake breakfast down there. And it's,
okay. Well, thank you for that. Okay.
It's a big old red building church. It's a Methodist church. And across the way, you'll see all the cars over there. They call it the worship center or something like that. And Saturday, I think they just go from 7 to 10. And all the homeless come there to eat, and they get the haircut, or whatever the else they need and stuff. But on Monday nights, I got to celebrate my recovery there. For addictions and things like that, and if you had problems and things, it's just a different little church group. And they feed you at 5, and they do church service at 6.
Okay. So about your family, where are they? Are they around here, or are they a different part of Florida?
I have my mother and younger son is in Middle Georgia, and my older son and his family, there's 5 of them. They're off of Allison. I stayed with them for a little while, but that didn't work out too well because she was pregnant and had problems, just women and all that. But yeah, they're here. They don't usually ask. I was supposed to go there and eat yesterday, but
what did you do? What did you do for Thanksgiving?
I cooked turkey. Somebody gave me a little 6-pound turkey. And
Okay.
I had went to the church, and they had gave me the cranberry sauce and stuff like that. And my girlfriend and I went and got a box of food Monday night, and they made sure we had all the fixings. But I didn't fix all of it. I cooked the turkey and the cranberry, and sat down and ate some turkey and cranberry, and just sat at home by myself and watched TV. And I hated that because I wanted to go and help them feed the homeless yesterday. They were feeding the homeless yesterday from 12 to 2.
Okay.
Down by my room motel.
I just love that you have a mindset to want to serve other people. So you've been kind of burned a couple of times by people just kicking you out.
Right.
Obviously that's bad. That actually happened to me when I first moved here from Alabama. But whenever you were homeless, what was your experience with regular people that weren't homeless? How would you say that they treated you? Were they nice to you, or do you think they looked down on you at all?
Some of them had an attitude, because they couldn't understand how come somebody could be in that position. But, there's different reasons. I mean, here I was down south in a strange town. I didn't know. I hadn't even been there a month. And he just totally threw me out and kept my stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, and I knew this town because I've been here. So I come back here. But, yeah, some people have an attitude and some people, understanding. And that's why my girlfriend, she's never been in this position. So she kind of listens to me, as far as where to go to find the homeless and feed them and stuff and what to give them. And like, she got a bunch of blankets from work, and I told her yesterday they were giving the blankets out because this weekend they're going to need them.
Right, it's going to get cold.
They were giving the blankets out to the homeless yesterday for turkey dinner. So, but yeah, some of them are okay, and some of them are not. I mean,
were you working when you were out there?
Out homeless?
Yes.
For a little while when I started to work at Angelo's, and then the other times, I did some panhandling.
Okay.
Don't really want to say that, but
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to survive.
Yes. I mean, some people were generous. I told this one family, I don't used to really, I haven't done it in a while, but I approached one family and this man handed me $100.
Wow.
And he says, I told him I was hungry. And I said, I don't need this much, sir. I just needed something to give me something to eat. I said, well, you take it. If you want to give it to somebody else, or you want to buy somebody else something to eat, whatever, you use it however you need to use it. That's up to you. I'm just blessing. And some people, they give me 20, some people give me 30. One time I went up with over $100 and I quit because I'd be okay for 3 days.
Yeah.
And I'm honest with these people and tell them what I want. I mean, I'm hungry. I need to eat. I haven't eaten all day. I had one man and his family go in there to Walmart and buy me one of them rotisserie chickens.
Yeah.
And then he went to McDonald's first and bought me some hamburgers. And then he went to Walmart and got me rotisserie chicken and made sure I ate it. So, I mean, some of them are pretty cool. But then again,
it's just basically a mix.
Yeah.
Because there are some good people out there, then there are some people that are judgmental. I mean, the truth is, a lot of people out there that aren't homeless, they're only a paycheck or two away from being in the same position.
But with me, when Angelo's quit, I went to my appointment and I spent 4 hours up there with this new system they got, and I still got to go back to finish it, but it may not start for a couple of weeks, and that's why I just told my landlord, I said, look, I said, this agency will get you your rent if you just bear with me. And he said, yeah. He said, that's fine. And they called him and talked to him, and he said, okay.
All right, so I'll be praying for you that things are going to work out. I feel that they are, because you seem to have faith, and you seem to be helping others even in your position. So let's just talk like hypothetically. It's going to work out. You're going to have your rent taken care of, and you're going to have you a job sometime within the next couple of months. What do you see for yourself in the future, like from here on out? Do you have kids or grandkids to spend time with?
Yeah, I got grandkids. I got 2 little girls and a boy, one 7, one 6, and then one that's 10 months old.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Baby.
Other than that, I seen them. I seen them last week for a little while. But yeah, I just right now that I've got back on my feet, away from the homeless, I want to keep them that way.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to stop helping them because they need help, just like I did when I was out there. I mean, you know, buying food and stuff like that. When I took, I'm telling them, I said, look, I need a beer. You know, I need $2 to buy a beer, and they go and buy me something to drink if that's what I want. But I'm totally honest with these people.
Yeah.
You know, like when this man gave me that 100, I would have got me something to eat. Boy, I feel my best.
$100.
All day. But yeah, I hope to get a job and stay okay. And stay in this place. It's pretty decent. It's nice. It's quiet. The landlord's okay. I hope that things will just turn around, and I know that they will. I just don't know when.
Right. That's what the faith is for. I believe that they'll turn around for you too. And I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me, Miss Sharon. It's a pleasure talking to you.
You too.